Hi, my name is Tyson Lucas, and this is my video recording assignment. When it comes to my background, both of my parents were Bible-believing Christians, so I grew up going to church every Sunday. As a kid, I would go to Sunday school, and my mom would read me, stories from the Bible when I was young too. So by the time I was able to read the New Testament, and understand what it was about, I'd already accepted, Jesus as my Savior. So I was very familiar with who Jesus was. I didn't have any trust issues. I believed that he was the Son of God already. So when I would read the New Testament, I would focus more on the broader mission that Jesus came to accomplish with, salvation, his death, his resurrection, um, and his ministry, and I'd be less focused on the actual person of who Jesus was, since I was already very familiar with him. Uh, for my favorite topics or themes in the New Testament, I really like the topic of God's plan of grace for us, and how Paul will time and time again spell it out in his letters. That's something I really enjoy. So, for example, I really enjoy reading 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 9 and 10, where he explains what salvation is and what it really means for us. And he explains it as being more than just going to heaven when you die, but having a relationship with Jesus. I love the theme of faith as well. I love reading about the faith, whether it was the apostles or of Paul through all his trials, um, or whether it was people that Jesus met in his ministry. And so I really like that. My favorite books of the New Testament would definitely be um, anything written by John. I really like his books, Revelation, his gospel as well. Really love reading his stuff. And I like the a lot of the letters like Ephesians and Thessalonians and Philippians, just because they're small and they're packed full of a lot of substance. They're easier for me to read than say Acts or Romans, uh, and so I really enjoy those books. I guess something that I would not focus on as much when I'm reading the New Testament is probably the topic of suffering. That's not something that I normally want to think about, and so uh, I normally try, if I read it, I just read it. I don't really kind of meditate on it. I also, kind of what I mentioned earlier, books of the Bible that I kind of don't pay attention to much anymore would be Acts. I've read it a lot, and sometimes it can be drawn out for me, where I would rather just read the Gospels or some of Paul's letters, which are, like I said, just packed full of substance, I feel like, so they're easier for me to read. I don't have to invest as much in them. And so if there was a few books of the Bible, I would also say maybe some of the smaller ones like Jude or Philemon or Titus as well. Thank you.